All right, what's going on, guys? Here's this Apple, just went all the way up to 310. I had the 310 calls earlier, and I sold them when the stock was up here around 308.50. I sold them for 125%, but now they'd be about 300 or 400%. Wow, look at that. Unbelievable. How's everybody doing? Yeah, Tesla's going crazy, man. I got the 950 calls on that earlier. I mean, I thought you said it was really going right this second right now. I mean, yeah, it's getting a few dollar pop here. What's up, Vinny? He wanted me to look at these Twinkie options, but hey, don't laugh now. I just laugh every time I hear the stock, but it is funny. It is a nice move today. I like this W pattern here, man. So obviously next target here would be the 1230s, and then it would take us up there to the 13s. We broke 1230s today. As you can see, we kind of went right up to that resistance, pulled back, and we couldn't get back over it. So maybe Monday morning. So take a look at the, if you want to stay in the money, $12 calls or possibly the 13s. Let me pull up something here. Hold on a minute. Cake, Cheesecake Factory. All these restaurants are popping in. Bloomin' Brands, that's Outback. Pretty crazy. I mean, I guess just because they're anticipating opening back up. So I guess just because they're anticipating, you can't hope to try to make sense of it all. Excuse me. You just have to see where the volume and the price action's at, and that's what we're doing. So I was talking about Apple here a minute ago. I took the 310 calls on this. Look at this. Went right up to 310. High was 310.29. I sold these. Made a little over 100% profit. And now they are worth 36, but they did go as high as I think $1. They might have went as high as almost $1 today. Someone have to check that. Leg was another option we just took here a little while ago. LAG. A lot of people in the $35 calls. So the stock was up here at 36 a week or so ago, but just on Tuesday the stock was at 34.58. So tons of volume came in on these $35 calls. I grabbed some there for the end of May, and someone's making a big bet. I mean, monster size came in on this. Let me wait for it to pull up here, but there was 24,000 contracts versus 1,000 open interest on that one. You took the 330 calls on Apple. That's actually not a bad idea. You know what? Let me take a look. I might look at the 320s here. We have this gap room. I like that. Into, let's see, to 320, 310.50. We're right at the gap of that 310.50. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? I'll pull up the Apple. Let's take a look. We'll do it together. Everybody watching? All right. So we're going to take a look at Apple. Come on. All right. So I'm looking at the Apple 310s there. General Dynamics popping off. All right. Let's look at Apple. We'll look at, they're probably pretty expensive even going. Yeah,
Attention, an alert target has been reached.
I got alert target on something here. That was BX. All right. 320. I'm just going to do one. They expire next week. I'm going to just pay the ash for it at 110 by Apple, May 15th, 320 call for next week. The 335 is way out there, but I mean, they are cheap. The theta's 6 cents, delta's 2. So here's the deal on this one here, right? Your delta's 2 and your theta's basically 6. So that means every dollar the stock goes up, the price of the option is going to go up approximately almost 3 cents. Yet every day that passes until next Friday, the option is going to go down 6 cents, theoretically. Now, it's not exactly like that, but that's kind of how it works. So you want to look at that. I mean, it'd be worth it for, kind of a out there play just in case, something crazy happens. And that's why the market makers do that. But you got to realize all-time highs are up there around 327. That's split adjusted, of course. So it would have to break there around 327 or so, and then go another $8 to 330. It would have to break this resistance right here at 320 area, 320, 327, and then go all the way to 335 by next Friday, a week from today. So, yeah, could it happen? Sure. Will it? Who knows? But is it worth $14? Yeah, because if you buy one at $14, you know what? It might turn to 20. You made $6. It might pop up $10 on Monday, and never get 335. But is it worth 14? In other words, let's take a look. Hold on, something. I just saw something popping off over here. Something. Whoa. Stamps going crazy. Man, I missed that call on stamps. I bought the commons on it yesterday around 190. All right, let's go back to Apple. So I am going to take 335, just way out there. Again, I'm not taking a bunch because it's so far out. But if something should happen, this gets up there close to that price, this option could go up 1,000%. So hey, it's worth a shot. I'm going to take one at 14. One at 14. There we go. No, I'm not going to take a 330 because I took the 335. So, yeah, I'm not going to take any more as far as way out of the money's on those. And grab the 320s. I do think it has a very good chance of reaching the 320s. Again, but I just bought one of those. You look at the volume here on the 320. You can see the one. That means I have one contract, 16,788 versus 10,100. So that's real good. Delta 17.9 versus theta 20. Yeah, I don't like that, but this thing can move as with Apple moves. I mean, you can look at the I can't pull it up there, but the Apple 310 call that expired today. You would have thought. I thought you did. So did you get the 330? The 331? Or excuse me, the 335. Did you get to 335? Vinny? Oh, okay. Cool. All right, let's look and see where Tesla's at here. Got 8 minutes to the close. Real quick, and I'm going to go on through after the close. I'll still be here. I'm just looking at all these stocks here on this scan. This is Trade Ideas. If you guys have never seen it, this is where I get all my trade ideas for investing, swing trading, intraday trading, and crypto. It also has 3 AIs. Take a look, check it out. It's a link in the description. You guys are new and haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell notification to be alerted when I upload new content. All the chip makers are popping off today. I had an AMD and that didn't work out today. It did. I was up a little bit and I didn't sell. I grabbed the puts and then I also grabbed calls on it and I was up on that and now it's a few minutes to go. Unless this thing wants to go to 54 before the close, I'm going to put an alert up here on AMD above 53.27, which is the high. So if it gets to 53.27,
attention, an alert target has been reached.
Lulu's going crazy. Pizza, all these restaurant companies, just massive. All of them are just going straight up here. I think it's just, again, anticipating the reopening of Apple. Whew. So I'm going to take a look and see what's happening for Monday's earnings. There's a bunch. I didn't like too many there before the bell, although there are a few. I'm going to look at after the bell. We'll bring the site I go to a lot to look up earnings here. So I'm going to look at after the close TWLO. So they're expecting revenue growth of 121%. So let's pull up their options and see what it looks like. What do you guys think? You can pull up their options and check it out. All right, let's check it on TWLO options. All right, of course, its cheapest thing was a $300 stock. I remember when it ran ahead of the legalization back in 2018 in Canada. This thing just went absolutely crazy. So stock is $7.73. So I don't want to get a strike such close by. Now this is for expiring next week, so that's not quite a dollar out. I like these nines. I'm going to take a $9 call on TWLO. Just doing one $9 call for next Friday the 15th on TWLO. All right, let's look back over here. Datadog. I already have options on Datadog. I sold some today. I might look to re-up here a few. So, yeah, I was over here on it. I have the 60 calls on Datadog expiring next Friday. And again, I've already cashed out, so I have one left. I'm up 56% on this one. Again, I had a few, and so now I'm up $50 on this one. I may look, maybe even get it in a closer strike since I know this expires on Monday, and I may actually even close this out and get a closer strike, but I just have a feeling, I don't know. I better just leave that one alone. So anyway, Datadog's reported on Monday. The stock's at 51, and I have the $60 calls. 4 minutes. I'm going to try to get a couple more options in real quick for Monday. I was looking at some big names for Monday I want to take a look at. PTLA could be interesting. Logi's a buyout. Kara. All right, let's go home. I'm going to get a couple Tuesday. Let's look at Tuesday. I want some good names. Let's take a look at Tuesday here. Tuesday. Appreciate you guys stopping by. TWLO's would have just been a monster here. I was looking at the other screen here. MGY, that's an oil company. I have their stock and I sold it, and I'm in the other oil play I'm in is Parsley Energy, ticker PE. Just hang on to that one. I really don't want to try to gauge here these oil earnings, which are obviously going to be pretty bad. All right, let's go to Wednesday. I'm going to find a couple here before the end of the day. This is Wednesday. Cisco, Smile Direct Club. RVLV, they had a lot of action today. Again, their earnings are on Wednesday. This stock was up nicely earlier. It went from 10.50 to 14, running up ahead of earnings. We'll see BKR. Just saw this pop up here. Kind of a last minute surge. All right, so look, RVLV. That might be the last one we'll be able to get in here live before the close as far as an option. Let's look at their chain here. We got 2 minutes left. Get all your plays ready. Whatever you got, lock it down. Get ready for the weekend. Don't be holding any, do what you want, but I don't like holding too many losing options going into the weekend. Let's take a look. RVLV. And the prices are inflated because the stock has run up so much, but I mean, this was at, before the drop, 20. We tapped 14 today, 13.92. Could it make another run for Monday? Absolutely. Or next week? Yeah. Worth a shot. I'm taking it. Doing 165. RVLV. Get in there. What time is it? We got 20 seconds left. Come on, fill me. Boom, I'm filled. RVLV. That's the last trade of the day here as far as on options. Look at all these just running into the close. CRM sold that one. What a day here. There's the bell. 4 o'clock. What a week, guys. NVIDIA. Man, I had the 320 calls expiring today, but they never even got back to what I paid for them. And yeah, I guess I could have sold them for a, instead of a total loss, a small loss. But anyway, I didn't have my order in there where I wanted it, and I didn't do it. Oh, thanks, man. That's great. That's what I like to hear. I'm actually, looking at a new computer. I was looking at that this afternoon. It's going to be a beast. It's got Windows 10 Pro, a new Intel Core i9 4th generation, 6 gigahertz processor, 64 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA 8 or 12 gig video card. It's going to be a beast. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. There's a 320 call I had left on NVIDIA, right? Of course, it expired. Couldn't get out of it. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Almost got up there, though, NVIDIA. We hit up there to 312. So I'd had that one for a couple weeks. You can't get them all. So Zoom, NVIDIA, the Zoom 180s didn't work. The NVIDIA 320s, Mattel, Zoetis, ZTS, APT, TSN, WDC, Wayfair, the 100. That one really, I'm just, this one is just, for me, it just keeps screaming. We talked about it. I've talked about it all week. I've talked about it for a month. And I traded it. I made some, and then I got puts on it here like a week ago. And it looked way overextended. And now we're looking at RSI above 80. It's at 82. And it can still go higher. But it has just run and run and run and run. And I'm just waiting for the right time, because when this does decide to turn around, it's going to go down for a while, in my opinion. But I mean, their business hadn't been doing too well, and the coronavirus comes along, and everybody's staying at home, and they sell furniture, mostly household stuff like that. So I guess people that need lamps or mattresses or couches, get them shipped to their house. All right, let's pull up the after-hours scan here. Again, those of you who are new, if you're new, check out the link for trade ideas in the description. Subscribe and gives me a thumbs up, and like the video. That way, next time you go to YouTube, we'll say, hey, you watch Stocks Unhinged video, he knows what he's talking about. We want you to watch it again because you know you want to learn some more. Let's look at the post market layout. Again, let's run 2 simple scans for after hours. Oh, you got an iMac 2012. I'm sorry, I was just looking over here. So you bought a used one, you just got it? But that's cool. Hey. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready to get another screen. I already have several. And then I'm going to have another laptop over here. And so, I mean, you can only look at so much. So, I mean, I toggle back and forth a lot. And I'm just content. I want something a little bit faster since taught me to do more streaming. You got it for free. Nice. This is another one here, VMW. So I like this. VMW. They do cloud software. We used to do contract work for them actually. And we have a 200 there at 145.91. Again, that line's not exactly correct there, the green line, but the red is a 200 SMA, 145.91. So I am looking for a continuation push up to there going into the next week if the volume wants to keep coming in. And I did take a call on it. And you say, well, what strike did you take? Well, let me look because I forgot. I literally have so many going. Come on. There it is. I took the 145 call for next week. That's what I thought. So I took the 145s for next week. Again, just got one there. Paid 65 cents for it. And now I'm up 66%. So I'm up 43 bucks. But the key is on options and what I like paying is the percentage. I've taken 10 contracts, sure, then that'd be up $430. So you pay attention to the percentages on options because options move up and down a lot quicker percentage-wise than the actual stock does. That's why a stock can move up $1 and you have 100 shares, the stock moves up $1. You made how much? $100. Simple math, folks, right? The stock goes up $1, you have the option, depending, on all the Greeks and every option's different. But the stock can go up say 10%, and you made the dollar share, whatever it is. You have the option, it can go up 400%. So that's the power of options, and that's why I like options. Sometimes I just don't get it. How you see people come in, like literally come in for a second. So there's 3 people watching now, and I appreciate you. 3 people watching. So when it goes to 4, 2 seconds later, 5 seconds later, not 3 seconds, it goes back to 3. How can you come in for a second and know or gauge what's going on? Obviously, it's financial related. I'm not making cat videos over here. But no, not for me. No, all right. That's fine. Free country. Except, this, it really rubs me, and I'm going to say something about it. People getting arrested for going to work. I've never thought in my life that people will be being arrested for going to work. Yep, that's what they're doing. It's just beyond me, man. Yeah, yesterday was popping, buddy. What else we got there, man? Apple, is it continuing after hours? Closed right at the highs, definitely bullish. But again, all it takes is over the weekend something happened. But I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I'm just being real. So we get some bad news over the weekend. This rally here can turn right back around. But let's hope it continues on the upside. TWLO. What a day. You remember, Vinny, had them 170s yesterday. Sold them today. Ozarks. Look, Bank of the Ozarks going after ours here. All right, total stock market ETF. Some of these numbers, like they'll do the closing print, so they're some of them are off. You just have to, like some of these ETFs, especially NCZ. Oh yes, sir, I did. You know that. Always, man. Right. Well, I think Bitcoin pulled back in. Actually down on those $3 calls. So GBTC pulled in a little bit as well with Bitcoin. So 1220, that went all the way back to 1120 there. We also grabbed the Beyond Meat calls again, and I like this here. Let's look at the daily. I know it's a lot of lines, a lot of stuff on here, but I'm constantly doing analysis, and there's a method to the madness. I want to keep that one there. That's important. So I'm going to draw another line just so we can. All right, so we just broke out here this 130 area, right here, and you had this little gap. Then we came back, filled it. Kind of this congestion period here for the first 3 months of the year. So we're breaking above this. So that's going to take us to the 140 area. I have the the 150 calls and the 145 calls on Beyond. And I think Vinny actually might have taken those. Did you take those, Vinny? Oh, Cal, I thought you did well on your Beyond, man. I thought you did good. Yeah. Didn't you? I thought you did. Yeah, but I mean, did you buy some today? I'm not talking the one you bought yesterday. So let's look at the Beyond. Oh, okay. I thought you did. All right. So you can see I'm down to 5 shares on my Beyond actual stock. So just holding that. I had 50, and that thing went up the last time it ran earlier to 130 a while back. I sold some, and so I just been holding those 5. So I have the 145 here. These both expire next week. But I like this for a continuation move up towards the 140s tomorrow. You can kind of see what happened here. The highs of pre-market yesterday. And if you kind of look right about there, you can see where the stocks kind of respected that level today. So that's definitely bullish. It held this VWAP. We closed above VWAP here by like a few points. I like it. And to certain people, not mentioning their names, say VWAP doesn't matter after 11 a.m. or whatever. It does. VWAP is volume weighted average price. VWAP helps for stocks that are in play, stocks with heavy volume and lots of price action. VWAP's not going to really help you or be as far as the indicator for trading with a very low volume stock. Obviously on Beyond it works really well because it traded 22 million shares today, right? I mean, you pull up any stock, I hardly trade any shares. I don't know right here off the top of my head, but anyway, just wanted to get that out there. Little pieces, my friend, little pieces. You don't want to leverage everything out. So the beyond 145 call, paid $3.30 for it, only up $10, but I'll take it. And then the 150 call for beyond. Again, this is for next Friday. I can't believe it's the first weekend of May. I saw in the news it's supposed to a snowstorm's supposed to come up in the Northeast this weekend, like maybe New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, all up in there, Maine. I'm like, it's like the second week of May and talking about a snowstorm. It's crazy weather, man. So I'm actually down 10% on the 150 call. But I'd had one, actually a sell, I'd sold because this is before this recent buy. I had bought one at 125 and I sold that one today for 300. And then I rebought back in at 285 for next week. So should have held this one here because I had a much lower price average. But that's all right. Oh man, I know this is May. You know, it never snows in May, and you know that's in that part of the world. For the most part, very very rarely it has. What was that other one this morning? PTGX. I think actually held up pretty good. I mean, yeah, it went to 16.50. We're back to 13, but you know, it didn't sell off back to $10. I wish that had options because that's the first thing I did on that was see if it had options this morning. It didn't because, oh my. You know how we do it, Benny. All right, let's look at a couple other ones we did right. Here's a Beyond, right. GoDaddy. I think they up their price target. So $83 is their price target for GoDaddy. I have the 80 calls for November. Well, I have one left. I'm doing pretty well on that one. I'm thinking about selling it though, but I think we can get another push here up towards 78 based upon today's action. All right, Vinny, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you next time. Appreciate it. So I wanted to look at, I don't know. I thought about selling it today, and I could have. I just put my price a little higher to see if it would hit, and it didn't. I'm up a couple 100% on it, like $800. So I don't know. I think I'm going to hold on to that one and go back and look at TWLO. MGY. Okay, that was, well, somebody bought 20 shares at 587 and the stock closed at 501, and that's it. So somebody's going to have a bad average going into Monday. Let's look through everything else here. What else is moving here after hours? Anything in particular? Again, Fridays are usually slow, but it's always worth a shot to stick around and see what's happening. Here's Riot getting a little pop. Says it's up 15 cents after the close. Look at that. All right. Everybody that just got off work and didn't see it this morning, now trying to get in, I guess. So we talked about leg. Look at a few more options for next week. Oh, another one I wanted to talk about was Twitter. TWTR. Where is it? So let me grab the 32s on Twitter. Let me check. And let's see. So I grabbed the 5 of the Twitter 35 calls for May 29th, and then the 2 for the 3250s on the 22nd. Anybody else want to look at anything in particular? Otherwise, I'm probably just going to sign off here. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Please subscribe, like the video, and come back and click the bell notification to be notified when I upload new content. Thanks for stopping by Stocks Unhinged. And remember, you got to be in it to win it.